There's some good ass kids out here, dude. What's up, everybody? Here we are back in the Whistler Bike Park, back at home in Whistler. I'm really excited to be home. Crankworx was a long 3 weeks of racing, and it's nice to always come back and get to ride some of your favorite trails. Well, actually, today we're gonna be riding my favorite trail, A-Line. Last year, we did a how to whip video, and this year we've decided that I'm gonna do a how to scrub video. And basically the premise is there's two different types of scrubs. You can do scrubs for show and you can do scrubs for dough. And there's two different ways to do both scrubs, or there's two different ways to scrub. So right now we're gonna go for a lap down A-line. We're gonna find a jump that's in the trees because it's a little bit windy today. And yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do it. Let's get it. Thank you. Here we are, top of A-line. The original section, the original upper part, it's closed this year, so you have to do actually some flat corners coming into the first some flat corners coming into the first section, and I've already binned it. It's not a good sign. Walk back up. That two-pack is a little bit iconic. During the A-Line race, there's always a crowd gathered, and I think that's why. Probably the best two jumps on A-Line for scrubs. So we're gonna go up and give it a look. Okay, so right now we are stood on the side of A-Line. I found my two jumps. Well, one of these jumps is gonna be the one that I do my scrubs on. They're both fantastic. Basically what I was talking about on the chair, the scrubs for show and the scrubs for dough, is there's a difference. I'll go take photos, I'll make a video, and I'll do scrubs where I'm not actually doing a scrub. It's more of a turn down whip rather than an actual useful tool for carrying speed and staying low off jumps. So today I'll introduce the first scrub, which is the scrub for show, which is a little bit more fun, it looks a lot better, and everybody seems to love them. And then after, I'll introduce you to the scrubs for dough, because the more you do them, the faster you go, and the last 2 years I've done them on the A-Line race, and both times caught fat W's. So the first one is a scrub for show. Basically, a scrub for show would be you come into this jump, and I scrub to my front wheel turns to the left. So as you're coming into the base of the lip, you're gonna wanna be on the left side of the trail. And then as you come through the compression, you wanna turn a little bit to the right side of the lip. And as you come off the lip, you wanna turn your bike back towards the left. And it's not a full turn, it's more of a lean. So you're actually carving rather than turning. And by carving, you're actually initiating the whip before it even happens. So that when you go off the jump, you're already carving, and then you just turn your bars back, and the back end of your bike will follow. And then as soon as you've reached sort of your max height, you turn your bars back and you push your body weight down towards the landing, and that should bring your back wheel around. A lot of times I'll nose bonk the landing before I even, before my back wheels even come remotely close to straight, and my back end will come straight and carry good speed and pump the landing. It's not the hardest move in the world, but once you get it dialed, it looks super good, super clean, and I think everybody's a fan of them. So, yeah. Scrubs for dough are a little bit different because you don't turn your bike nearly as much in the air. And the biggest difference here is the speed you're carrying and creating off of every single jump with a scrub. So the scrubs for show were a little bit higher, a little bit more whippy, it looks a little bit better, but scrubs for dough is actually quite a bit harder to execute just because instead of sort of floating through the air, you're trying to press down over the jump and generate speed. So we'll start with the in-run. The difference in the in-run on this type of scrub is that you don't have to set up to initiate the carve. So the transition between the flat and the start of the lip, you want to pump through that. And by pumping through that, you're actually generating speed up the lip, and then you start to initiate a bit of a carve. And the difference is coming off the lip, instead of sort of pulling up, you're directly pushing through it. So the main difference is between this scrub and the other scrub is when you're coming off the lip, instead of sort of pulling up and turning over, you're pushing through and down the lip. As much as that doesn't make sense, you're putting a lot of force down the lip, like on top of the lip, and you're pushing over. So you get the lean on your bike, and instead of picking and dumping, it's a push and a push. So you're pushing a lot of weight down over the top of the lip and then down over the jump itself. So once you're in the air, it's almost it's a very similar movement, but you're actually being less exaggerated in the sense that when you're coming over, it's not so much like this, it's more like that, and you're pushing forward and down. You have less movement in the air itself, so you don't have to bring your bike back, you don't have to really do much. It's sort of a over, down, the bike's kind of sideways, but it's not sideways this way, it's more flat with the jump. And then as you're coming into the landing, you want to nose in a little bit and then pump as hard as you can through the transition to generate more speed through the next section. So the biggest thing with a scrub is actually the speed generation, because if you come in at it straight, you just overshoot. If you come at it too slow, you're gonna case it. And if you do the sort of scrub whip thing that I just explained, the biggest thing you're gonna do is look sick, but you're not gonna generate or carry as much speed as you would doing this. So the biggest thing here is pumping up the lip, getting the bike body separation, and then pushing down and across the jump. Otherwise, you're not generating as much speed as you can. And then as soon as you come down onto the landing, you want to basically land just behind the knuckle and just start pumping through the transition between the landing and the flat bit after. This one's a little bit harder to execute, and it takes a lot more practice because you're not going to be used to carrying so much speed into the jump and out of the jump. And I think it takes a few, I don't know, years, but if you're an experienced rider, it's still a little bit hard to learn and perfect this move. Yeah, so I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna do both, and you guys let me know in the comments if one of them looks better or one of them's faster, and let me know what you guys think. Try it out for yourselves, and yeah, send me your videos, send me what you guys think's cooler, more fun, because I'd love to know.